Hi folks, how you doing? This is Iqbal. So another green day for Nvidia. Can somebody stop Nvidia? It's already 43% up in just 1 month. In last 5 days, 10.2% up. And today it's already up 3.5%. And after hours, again, 0.69% up. And that takes Nvidia to the top. And now Microsoft in the second position. As you see here, Nvidia today is on top. 3.33 trillion. And after that is Microsoft and then Apple. And now again we continue to get price target increase for Nvidia. For example, this one. Now the investing.com says $200 price target for Nvidia. Let's compare Nvidia stock price with the previous stock split data. Now you see that after the stock split announcement, Nvidia is up 42.7%. And this is the second week after the effective date. In the last split cycle, Nvidia went up 35% from the announcement date. So in the second week, Nvidia went up probably about 6%. So in this week, already Nvidia went up 4% from the last week in just 2 days. So yes, there is more room to go up in this week, probably a few more percentage based on the prior historical data. Now let's take a look at forward P for Nvidia and other AI stock to see where does Nvidia stand as of now. So on this table you see the forward P for these four stocks for last 5 weeks and also the latest forward P data. So as of this point Nvidia is 50.21. That's the highest in last 5 or 6 weeks. And Palantir is also going up 78.24%, and then SMCI 29.47%, and AMD is little low 44.56. So AMD is going down since last few weeks. So SMCI gave me a good profit in last few days. So it's a good stock, and I see that SMCI has more room to go further up because in past few weeks, SMCI was above 30. At this point, 29.47. So still more room to go further up. So let's dig into more historical data for NVIDIA. So now you see this file. In this file, I captured the forward PE for NVIDIA for last 12 quarters, right? In 2022, NVIDIA used to be above 50. You see that? On these 2 quarters, the highest forward PE NVIDIA touched so far is 64.05. So let's use this forward P and find out the equivalent NVIDIA stock price. So now I did some math using those values. So I used D28, that is this guy, 64.05, the forward PE, and multiply with the forward EPS for next 4 quarters, including the latest quarter. So that gives me 172.9. Can NVIDIA go that high in this quarter? I'm not sure. This looks to me too high for this quarter. Maybe next quarter or following quarter after that, but in this quarter, I'm not seeing Nvidia go that high. But using the forward P of 64, the highest forward P so far for Nvidia, this is the Nvidia stock price. Or maybe take an average for all 4 quarters in 2022. That gives 53.49 the forward P. Let's use that forward P and see what is the Nvidia stock price based on that. So if I put 53.49 as a forward P, that gives me 144.42 Nvidia stock price. So that makes more sense to me, 144.42 for this quarter. But you never know, the way Nvidia is going up, it can go further higher than that. It's hard to predict at this point. Now let's take a look some news regarding Nvidia. So now the very first one regarding Nvidia, you see that I don't know how to pronounce that. Tigers Financial maintains buy on Nvidia, raises price target to 170. Wow, that's too high. So another one about Nvidia that says Nvidia stock jumps as analyst predicts $200 share price for Nvidia. So we are getting price target increase from different analysts. Now this looks interesting. Nvidia now largest US company, and 5 years ago it was not even the top 20. Yeah, that kind of surprised to me as well because I did not predict that Nvidia would go that high in 5 years. Now this one looks interesting. That says Nvidia stock rising, how it is set to benefit at Apple's expense. Let's take a look. It says that Microsoft will retain the top weighting in the S&P technology, but Nvidia will replace Apple in second place. That would trigger an allocation of more than 20% for Nvidia in the ETF. I guess that could be a reason Nvidia went up today because as of yesterday, when I looked at the technical charts, I thought that Nvidia should go down today, but it got some positive momentum this morning. So, other than those news we just discussed, I do not find anything special or anything big that can take Nvidia further up or down. I guess the news regarding Apple is a welcome news for Nvidia that can take Nvidia up again tomorrow. Now let's take a look other AI stocks. So on your screen you see SMCI is on top 3.67%, and then Nvidia 3.51%, and then Palantir 3.20%. So Palantir also another stock that's going up in last few days. As of this point it's 25.82, and after hours already going up. But Microsoft, Amazon, Apple, Avago, AMD, and SoundHound all negative. So good to see that Avago is back negative 1.44%. I guess if it goes further down, probably I might get some Avago shares. So I'll make a video on Avago sometime tonight or early morning to get some idea how could be a possible price range for Avago in this quarter. And SMCI is also a good one to buy if it goes down a little bit. I sold SMCI stock yesterday around 920, but I can rebuy SMCI again sometime this week. Now let's take a look the weekly closing data for Nvidia. So now you see that the weekly candlestick chart. So now you see that the weekly closing data for Nvidia and the candlestick chart. So the last time Nvidia showed the most positive weekly closings was sometime in February and March. 11 consecutive positive closing weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But now, last 3 weeks, you see that positive closing. I'm hoping that this week also will end positive. So we'll get 4 positive closing. And the next week, we might see some little correction. Before that, you see, sometime in May, we had 5 consecutive green weeks for Nvidia. So I'm not going to talk about the technical charts today because it looks to me that Nvidia is not following the technical indicators since last few days. Probably we'll talk about technical charts sometime later this week. I guess that's all about Nvidia stock price analysis and assessment for today and this week. As of this point, you see Nvidia keeps going up. It's hard to predict what's going to happen, but looking at the momentum, it looks to me that Nvidia might go further up on Thursday as well. Sometime earlier in this video, I said tomorrow Nvidia might go up. So that was my mistake. And we already know that tomorrow the market is closed. So whenever I say tomorrow, I mean Thursday. Thank you so much for watching this video. Talk to you more on Thursday. Take care.